Hello, I'm Carlos Lennox, and this is the station. The station consists of two parts. It consists of orthoplex, all sides are equal, and the bottom line. We'll be exploring the occult, the sublime, and the mysterious on this show. Tonight's special guest is Gaucho Marx. He's just returned from the Kaopectate Festival at Burlingame, California.
I must tell you, I'm very, very happy to be with you today. As he has stated before, I just came from the Kaopectate Festival. There's nothing quite good like that when you take a good crap, you know what I'm saying?
But don't they have a new feature called Discharge?
Oh, yes. Well, there's a number of problems that came up when we were at the festival. Of course, the bathroom facilities became overwhelmed with people. So, there was a decision made that a number of these people had to be discharged out of their bathroom because they were quite explosive when they were in the bathroom complexes. Yes. So
did you have any problems in procuring a receptacle for your discharge?
Yes. Yeah, well, there was a few of those local people. They were saying, oh, this is a shitty thing, you know. They didn't want to do anything about it. They said, God, I've never seen such a pile of shit in my life.
Oh,
and quite honestly, what would you think? Would you want to do anything like that? I wouldn't. Me? I'm a styling man. I don't need to.
Yes, I noticed that cape.
I don't.
It's rather chic and it looks good on you.
Yes.
Although it has a few wrinkles, but
oh, what wrinkles? There's no wrinkles
no
in
wrinkles?
these. This is wonderful.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
See.
I didn't-
And this is beautiful.
Yes, it's going gray and you're getting bald.
So,
Actually, just a little bit about me. Before I get back to Gaucho Marx here, I worked. The last job I had was for the Center for the Research of Nervous Laughter, and one of the problems we had was trying to determine. These people were sitting in little rooms, and we could hear them. There was us. There was 8 of us in a circle, and we had little scratch pads. And then the guy would say, "A." And he'd go, ha, 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 ha. We couldn't see the person. And then B. And then the one I really liked was the maniacal German laugh. Mengele, does tap dancing.
But you know Dr. Mengele.
Dr. Mengele, oh yes.
He's a good
his
friend.
wife is very strange.
Down in Brazil, we've had wonderful.
His wife had a double chin. And she used to hide things in there like paper clips, smoke pins.
Kind of like a hamster, eh?
Yeah, and she had the hamster cheeks to go with it.
Yeah.
Why am I on that part of it?
Mengele was very much into these things. He would like to, have useful items for humans. So he wanted to graft things across chins, hamster pouches, all of the things that make animals far superior to us when it comes to living in nature. And nature is, pretty
the nice thing about Dr. Mengele was that he did a lot of freezing of bodies. To see how cold could they get, and he'd sit there and he'd look at them and they'd freeze them from the body torso up to the head, and he froze one with a mouth wide open. It was very strange.
Reminds me of like Doctor. What's that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's Mr. Freeze or something.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, he makes everybody turn to ice and then he cracks them up.
Yeah, and then they.
I think he's kind of cracked up. He's kind of got that thing with the maids. You know what I mean? Arnold's maybe a ruler, but he's likes to rule other things too. You know what I mean? Hey.
Anyway, that was my favorite in that research development program that I was in. He was my favorite, the Mengele's laughter.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that. So, let me talk to you about this, Mr. Gaucho Marx. What other little areas did you work in that might keep us entertained?
Well, you were talking about Brazil, the German connection. We accepted a few people that came over. They weren't very liked over in Europe after the war. I mean, they were all right guys. They're good guys. You know what I'm saying? But they just wanted a place to stay, so we came down to Brazil, and they started a few, experiments. They would talk very funny, I don't know that. Let me see if I can do their accent. Yes. They want to experiment with a few things, and we get a little nervous when they talk like that. You know what I mean? Like they seem uptight. Uptight, you know what I mean? Like their balls, we're all uptight.
So
Anyway,
did they do anything constructive?
if they gave us lots of money. And it was very constructive for us. You know how money is constructive. You can go buy things, hey, you know, even if you're not getting any, you can go get some. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hey, money doesn't talk, but it screams.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Bob
yeah.
Dylan's line.
Oh, so they go.
Did you do any other experimental work, let's say, for the U.S. government or
Oh,
anything?
those government people. Yes, well, I was a
there's
super
a nice pension
secret
involved.
sort of guy. I had to go around and pretend that I was friends with these guys. You know, those German guys.
Yeah.
You know, they came down to Brazil because, they, like I said, they were okay. They gave us money. We were fine. Well, I decided that I would work for the U.S. government also. I mean, they're very good at handing out lots of money. You know what I'm saying? And then they like to manipulate things, if you know what I'm saying. In a good way. For me, you know, my family, we make lots of money, they get their information, I fuck up these Germans, and we're all good. You see how that works?
A lot of people believe that the U.S. really didn't land on the moon in 1969. Did we actually land on the moon? Is it a hoax, or was it like in the movie that followed Capricorn 1, where they were actually on a soundstage and one of them got loose?
All I know is if you remember Jackie Gleason, he used to say, I'm going to take you to the moon. Right? So that's what we did. We went to the moon. We actually did go to the moon. I'm telling you, here's where the problem came in. When we went to the dark side of the moon, that's where the aliens are.
Oh, that's where and they were probably sitting around waiting for us.
Yes, they were, and they told us in no uncertain terms, get lost! Don't come back here! That's why, after the Apollo missions, we never went back.
They said, take a hike.
That's right.
So
They said, you come back here, just like in New Jersey. They talked almost like this. They said, hey, you know, we want to let you come around here, but we have things to do. We got business to take care of. You know, we can't have you kind of hanging around and coming here with your spacecraft. So get lost, or we're going to make you. You understand? I mean, it was very strange. I mean, I'd never seen anything like that before.
So they really didn't do much with these aliens, and did they? Did they talk to them?
Oh, they were afraid of them. They tried to talk to them. And they said mention things like amoebas and small beings and things, and like comparisons, and that we suck, basically.
Oh.
Can you imagine us, the best thing on this planet, and he tells me we suck? No, I don't like that. But they kind of have the good weapons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they can kind of blast us off the planet.
Did we back engineer anything that we got from them?
Oh, sure.
Could you give me an example of something?
Oh, well, let's see. We've got, those popcorn machines. They love popcorn.
I knew those were
I
alien.
love it.
I
And
knew
all
it.
of that Velcro. You can put the Velcro, put the popcorn up against the wall because you got the Velcro. And they invent both things. I can understand. They're very bored. They got a long trip. They come back. They got to have popcorn and TV, right? They watch our TV. They get their transmissions. And they're really happy, just like us poor fat guys.
Oh, and I understand that the aliens were the first one to come out with TV trays in 1952.
That's right. They said, how to serve man. They said,
Yes.
In fact, there was this guy. He's on the bridge trying to tell his guy. He said, hey, don't go. It's a menu. How to serve man.
No wonder Rod Serling got it from one of his shows.
They got their food supply down. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
That's very interesting. I always thought about that. I wondered about how that would have worked. So they actually did that. That's interesting. A popcorn machine.
Oh, there's nothing like popcorn and eating
aliens.
some humans. You know, it's like their football Sunday. You know, they have a good time. They're cheering for their own teams. They use our heads like polo balls, kind of like the Afghanis do. You know, they use with the polo and they whack your head.
And that's how it worked. So aliens did have some influence.
Oh, they did. They did.
Oh, wow. Aliens.
The aliens have been messing with our DNA for years, all the time.
But I really,
Look at me. I mean, I am a perfect example of a hybrid. I got this big ass thing on the back of my head. Well, I didn't think I could do that. I said, head. Okay, go ahead.
So you actually have a scar where they inserted something into you.
Oh, yes,
right.
yes.
And it probably is not a thermometer.
Oh, no. But the other experiments were a little invasive, you know. And nobody like to have that thing put up their ass or anything, you know what I'm saying? Especially down that, you know, the other thing, you know, that's like a catheter or something, man. You don't want that. Just like any of us would say, you know, like you. Okay.
Well, this room is filled with all kinds of bizarre people. Bizarre. I mean, look at me, look at you. I mean, we're here, we're talking
What's
about...
wrong with me? I'm perfectly normal.
Yes, in your wrinkled
I
face.
feel good, I am confident in myself, I am well informed.
So we have popcorns from the aliens. We had, remember the alien autopsy that was running for a while about...
Ah, that Roswell stuff, yeah. Well, that, you know, really, what really happened there, there's a place up in Ohio, you know, it's big Air Force base. They keep all this shit underground. They do. Aliens, they got guys that handle them, they talk to each other, you know. There, lots of information. You know, they get scared too because they told that guy, one of the guys said, I gotta get this alien out of here. So he helped him escape. No kidding, man. I'd probably do the same thing. Wouldn't you? I mean, if some guy was trapped and they were gonna tear him up and do all those kind of things, I mean, I don't know.
Well, if they tore them up, what was possibly left?
Well, that's it. I think what we're left with is discussing what we feel about ourselves and our own humanity. Because the way we treat these people, I mean, it's like people that come over from the border and then you like kick them in the ass and then throw them around the place and say, do this, do that, and then send them off on their way. I mean,
Well,
I don't know if that's very good.
Well, it was very informative. I'm wondering what else I can possibly get out of you. Is it true that there was a very strange fireball in the sky over Cincinnati in 1953 that they were never ever to explain? Do you know anything about that?
Ah, those
Which actually
fireballs.
yeah,
That-
I don't mean to drink either.
You know, these guys up here in America, they do all these tests up in the atmosphere with things, you know. And then one day they decided, oh, we got to show the big bad Russian guys that we mean business, right? We mean business because we badass.
Well, that's Kiev
You know,
chicken
we
going to
bad-
waste.
Yeah. So, they decide they're going to make a big light show up in the air, but they got to test all this stuff first. You know how that testing stuff goes. Mm-hmm. So they make all these tests, and you know the best test that you can make is with your own population, right? That's how you do those things.
Oh.
You see, and then you take all that information, and then you blow up a big thing in the sky over Russia, and everybody freaks out, and we almost have a big nuclear war. Yeah.
We were actually guinea pigs for our own government.
That's always like that. Always. Even down in Brazil, I mean, when we had our friends come down, they wanted to invite some of the local people to come in and have some good times, right? So they gave them a few drinks with a few things and a few shots and a few blood tests and a few other things. I don't know. And anyway, then they came up with all this really cool information how they could, I don't know, like wipe everybody out. It was very cool.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's the thing. I just want to say thank you for being with us, Groucho, or Gaucho. Excuse me, Gaucho Marx.
It is I, Gaucho Marx, the pretty one.
The pretty one who may be coming back for part 2. Would you like to come back for part 2?
And you, out there, do everything I would do.
I hope that you, ladies and gentlemen, you enjoyed this. I'm Carlos Lumix, and that's my name, and this has been The Station.